Hello everyone, and welcome back to another royal reading. I am back from my adventures, and they were great adventures. I had a lot of fun. My little singing group did very well. I'm very proud of them. They had their baptism of fire, came through it, and all good. Pretty exhausting at the end of it all, but I am here. I am home again, and in front of the tarot table, which is one of my favorite places to be. I am using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot for this reading. It's just a standard Rider-Waite tarot deck. Nothing fancy about it, just to get me back into the swing of things. I haven't done tarot readings for a few days. And I am doing a reading on the rather strange story that popped up in the Mirror newspaper in the UK that claims that Prince William and Harry are FaceTiming each other regularly ahead of the Jubilee. They are working hard to mend their feud. And William sees what a good mother and a loyal wife Meghan is, and is genuinely pleased for his brother Harry. And it does sound suspiciously like a PR piece that has come from California, allegedly. Let's throw one of those in. Haven't done that for a few days. See the disclaimer below, please. Tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion. I'm going to use the Radiant Wise Spirits Tarot today just to have a look at the brothers' true relationship. And a Celtic cross. I want to know how true this is. Are they really in regular contact? Are they really trying to mend their feud? And a card has actually just shot off the table and gone flying underneath it. So if you hear weird scrunching sounds, it's me climbing under the table to pick it up. Just to see what card it is. The card is a Two of Swords. Went flying off. The card of indecision, crossroads, what to do, wondering, with the moon hovering in the background. We have just had a new moon, and there is all kinds of strange stuff going on. Princess Eugenie moving to Portugal, moving out of Frogmore Cottage, Harkle's renewing their lease there. Very strange stories coming out at the moment in the build up to the Jubilee. And of course, pump goes Meghan's PR. And this sounds to me like one of these stories, but we're going to check it. We're going to check it with the cards, see what the relationship is like between the brothers. Are they in regular contact? What William is really trying to achieve with Prince Harry, and how he views Meghan as a wife, how he views Meghan as a mother. And we have one more shuffle. Got to warm the cards up, got to warm my own energy up a little bit, and how their relationship is going to go long term. I've done other readings and mini readings on the two brothers. There we go. Cards hopping around now, and it's never looked good. It looks like their relationship is going to be damaged permanently by what's been going on. But fresh energy, new moon, Jubilee coming up. Harry may be seeing a bit of sense at last. What is going on? Celtic cross, and from William's point of view, just to so you know how I'm reading this Celtic cross from William's point of view, his situation, his challenge, his energy, and what he really wants to accomplish, how he views Meghan down here as a wife, how he views Meghan as a mother, some just slightly different spin on these questions for the Celtic cross, and the outcome, long-term outcome for the two. And here is the card of traveling away from trouble. Interesting, it's the international travel card. First and foremost, it always signifies distance, journeys, movement over water. There is an ocean between these brothers, literally and figuratively. There is travel. The good mother and the good wife, no, hang on, let's get it right. Sounds very Chaucerian. The good mother and a loyal wife coming over the water, possibly, and may not. According to rumours that are swirling, she may back out at the last minute. But there they are, making that journey towards Prince William. Here comes trouble. I don't think it's here goes trouble. I think it's here comes trouble. So let's see the actual situation, the heart of this matter from Prince William's point of view. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That is... well, first of all, it's kind of a costly mistake. People who've maybe run out of money, who are coming across the water, who are short of cash and maybe need a top up, have made a costly mistake with their calculations, their miscalculations. Of course, my opinion on the state of finances in California. But it is, of course, aces on new starts, and this is in reverse. William does not want a new start. The money thing is an aside, it's a secondary energy. It happens to be the one that I spoke about first. But the big news with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse is that Prince William does not want a new start with the Harkles, with Harry. This is about Prince Harry, his brother. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't see him as reliable. He doesn't see them being able to go on this long journey together. Normally, when you're with the Ace of Pentacles, you're going on a long journey. You're going out that gate. You're heading off to those hills in the distance together on this long journey, this rich and rewarding journey. Not happening. Not as far as Prince William is concerned. Let's see the challenge as far as Prince William is concerned. He is not ready to forgive his brother. Not at all. Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is all this sorrow, all this betrayal, all this grief that Prince Harry has caused him and his family, his wife, his children, his father, his stepmother, his grandmother, his grandfather. The list goes on and on and on. That sorrow there, that is Prince William. That is Prince William stuck in sorrow. And rightly so, in my opinion. What has happened to him and his family is absolutely outrageous. I can't even say the word. It is, at some level, unforgivable. We're supposed to all forgive. Sometimes forgiveness takes an awfully long time. And sometimes, even though you forgive someone, it doesn't mean that you welcome them back into your life. The two things are quite separate. Interestingly, forgiveness really is about letting go of the idea of vengeance, justice. It doesn't mean that you have to welcome the person back into your life at the same level they were in before. That's just an aside, but for some reason I feel that it's important to say that here in this reading. So it's not looking good from Prince William's point of view, whatever the Mirror newspaper may have to say or have been paid to say, allegedly, by PR people in California. Underlying energy here and what's going on behind the scenes. Are there really regular phone calls, WhatsApp messages? Are they really checking in with each other? Chat? No. Page of Swords in reverse. The sword is down. That's no speaks. The Page of Swords, when it's upright, would be communicating, because pages are all about messages. It would be text messages, emails, that kind of thing with swords involved. It's in the reverse. They're not. They are suspicious of each other. Prince William is suspicious of Harry, doesn't trust him. Very strong energy of distrust coming out off these two cards. Doesn't trust him. There may be, because the Page of Swords is a spying card when it's in reverse, there may be some level of watching each other on social media. I think that Prince Harry apparently had an Instagram account. There may be some idea of what each other is up to, but spying, circling around. This is all from Prince William's point of view. Prince William is doing his research. He's investigating. He's trying to figure out what the Harkles have got planned, what they are going to be up to when they arrive in the UK. He does not trust them. He is not talking regularly to Prince Harry, according to these cards. There is no love lost here. Really is a broken relationship. So let's see what William's focus is right now with Harry and in this Jubilee coming up. He wants out of this situation with this Eight of Swords in reverse. Eight of Swords is when you are in a trap, when you are stuck, you can't see the way out of a very difficult situation. When it's in the reverse, you get out of it, you get out of this trap. He wants done with this, he's over it. He doesn't want to be troubled by Harry and this mess anymore. He wants to be able to walk away from this mess, get away from it. Again, no love lost here. I think there is a sense of movement, a sense of motion, a sense of time passing, and William wanting to just put this behind him and move on with this Ace of Swords in reverse. He's done. Let's see past energy, what's been going on in the recent past between the two brothers. There's the King of Swords in reverse, not a good energy. First and foremost is Prince Philip, the Gemini, who has obviously, there was the memorial service for Prince Philip that Prince Harry did not attend, and that really would have riled Prince William. And there it is, King of Swords in reverse, disrespecting the patriarch of the royal family who served so diligently over so many decades. And Harry was given great honour by Prince Philip. He was allowed to step into his shoes as Captain General of the Royal Marines, disgraced that role, of course, had to leave, had to quit. So there is that. Also, the King of Swords is energy of lawyers, is energy of people who are making decisions, very important decisions, very clear-headed, wise, rational decisions, but they are in the reverse. They are about cutting someone out. So Prince William cutting Prince Harry out, possibly talking to lawyers, possibly talking to politicians, legal experts, those kinds of people, to see what can be done to block Harry from returning, to block Harry from possibly even things like the line of succession, Councillor of State, all of those roles that Prince Harry once had as his due, as his birthright. But there is very harsh energy in this reading. All the swords so far are in the reverse, except for this underlying energy of movement, international travel. Here comes trouble. I'm reading that card as, even though it's in the upright. How is the Jubilee going to go? How is William going to be towards Prince Harry over the weekend coming? High Priestess in reverse. High Priestess is a silence card. It's mysteries and silence, being mysterious, being aloof, being withdrawn because you're busy communicating with the spirit world, you're busy communicating with higher energies, your soul. It's contemplating, it's in the reverse. And when that card is in the reverse, for me, first of all, it is very obviously about secrets coming out, because the High Priestess is also about secrets. But I don't think that the obvious energy is the relevant one here for this reading. I think that the second interpretation for me as a reader of the High Priestess in reverse is the relevant one, and that for me is the stony silence. It's the cold shoulder. William is going to ice Prince Harry out. If Meghan thinks that she can drop an article allegedly done by Meghan and her PR in the Mirror newspaper saying that the two brothers are trying to mend their feud, heal their relationship ahead of the Jubilee, she's not going to fool anyone. It's going to be very clear. Scarfing. You could say there's going to be some serious scarfing coming up there with the High Priestess in reverse. It's going to be major. It's major arcana. William is having none of this. He really is not interested in talking to Harry. He is not able to forgive him. He is not able to get over the tremendous hurt that he has experienced at the hands of his brother and his wife. So let's move on to this wife and mother. What does William think? Let's shuffle the cards up a bit. What does Prince William think of Meghan Markle as a wife? The loyal wife, according to the Mirror. What does he think of her as a wife? She's flighty, Knight of Wands. She's unreliable. The Knight of Wands is all sound and fury and no follow through. It's publicity, stunts. It is somebody who's hot-headed, who's impetuous, impulsive. You can't rely on them. They are also fairly promiscuous, with that wand energy held aloft there by the Knight. Promiscuous energy and unreliable energy and impulsive, impetuous energy, hot-headed, hot-tempered. Can't count on them. Disappear as fast as they show up. It's the player energy in the tarot. A lot of people call it the player card. Even when it's upright, it's not a good energy. It is not somebody that you would pick for your brother as a wife. This is not a good wife energy. Not at all. Not a loyal wife energy at all. He does not see her in that role at all. How does William see Meghan Markle as a mother? What does he think of her as a mother? Wow. Wow. Three of Swords. Wow, I'm speechless. That's a terrible card. It's the card of heartache and betrayal. It's the energy I was feeling over here, actually. I almost said this is Three of Swords, betrayal energy. It is betrayal. It's wounds. It is very scary energy if you consider the fact that there are allegedly 2 very young children in her care. And we have lately been seeing signs of Archie seems to be popping up at the polo. Little boy from the back, he does look like Archie. And we are, by all accounts, going to see Lilibet this weekend. But Prince William thinks that she is cold, cruel, vicious, damaging. It's damaging energy as a mother. A very damaging, very harsh, very dangerous energy. It's also the 3s are always third parties, maybe some idea of another woman's influence in the actual becoming a mother, and we don't need to go any further with that in this reading. We all know the rumours that have swirled around forever with Meghan Markle and her pregnancies. There is something in there as well, but also, of course, her alleged treatment of Prince William's own daughter, Charlotte, at the dress fitting, that allegedly Meghan caused Charlotte some tears and some upset, enough to bring the nanny down on Meghan Markle and get the nanny shouted at back, and Catherine involved, and tears and flowers and all the rest of it. We never really heard the truth of that story because Catherine is too decorous to actually tell her point of view, and Meghan has, of course, told her point of view on Oprah. But there it is. It's a terrible card. Terrible card. So William's hopes and fears for his relationship with his brother going forward. He fears that he's going to be constantly wounded by this. It's the Knight of Cups in reverse. If it was the Knight of Cups upright, it would be them actually trying to reconcile, trying to patch things up at an emotional level, trying to reconnect emotionally. That's what the Knight does, the Knight of Cups. He's about movement and emotional connection. When it's upright, when it's in the reverse, William fears that this is never going to be fixed. Trust is gone. As I say, hurt. A Cancerian has been wounded by a close family member. Very hard to get over, very hard to forgive, very hard to heal from for that Cancerian king in waiting. There it is, Knight of Cups in reverse. William is the Knight of Cups. The Prince is a Knight of Cups, a water sign prince here. He is not going to trust. He is not going to offer that cup of love to his brother again, whose brother has been photographed in some quite strange poses with Nacho, the polo player, just in the past few days. Of course, also pepped, miraculously pepped, outside the Montecito sign with Charlie van Strobensee, old friend William is not going to offer that cup to his brother. He fears that he's going to be wounded if he does. We're in the hopes and fears card here. He fears being wounded emotionally, being let down, being disappointed. And the outcome long term for these 2 brothers, this relationship, well, William is going to be king one day. William is going to be in charge. He is going to be on the throne. He's going to be the alpha male, the dominant one. He's already well on the way to being that. He is going to be the one who makes decisions, who makes plans, who lays down the law to the younger brother and said, this is the way things are going to be going now. It's the father, it's the patriarch. William is going to be the one who is in that role, the role that was so disrespected here with the King of Swords in reverse. William is going to be all-powerful, and might just grind that little serpent to dust under those emperor's boots. But he's preparing for this huge elevation in status and authority, and there is no space for a brother there, according to all these cards here. These cards of wound and betrayal and distrust, and PR piece, according to these cards. Not a word of truth in that article, according to the cards, in my opinion. Tarot reading for entertainment purposes only. Tomorrow's the day, Wednesday, 1st of June. The Harkles are on their way, she on her broomstick, and we wait to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting, and ringside seat for all of us. And thank you for watching. I hope you stick with me for the coming days.